Hey, what do it, y'all? Swish Entertainment put y'all on to all y'all favorite rappers and celebrities alike. But first, I need a little favor done for y'all first. Please like, comment, subscribe to this video, hit that notification bell as well. That'd be a great service to the channel and put y'all on to this story. Now, today we're going to be talking about this woman known as Ice Spice. A former friend of hers is trying to expose her over the internet. This girl is claiming that not only is she a colorist, but that she is also a cheater, and she talks about people while they're not looking. This woman also perceives Ice Spice as a manipulator. So this woman goes by the name of Storm. When it comes to her defining Ice Spice's character, it seems that she feels she was used by Ice Spice and manipulated in the end. It seems as if she feels that Ice Spice had used her for her own personal gain in the beginning of her career. This woman had went on to show many receipts between her former friend Ice Spice and herself. Some messages seem to reveal that Ice Spice was talking negatively about her friend Cleopatra. In addition, other receipts seem to show Ice Spice talking about a woman known as Lil Tjay. Ice Spice seemed to be dissing her because she had been complaining about her colorist struggles. So as you guys can see here, this is a picture of both Ice Spice and Storm. This is the first post that Storm will end up tweeting on the platform known as X. She will end up saying the next person to be exposed will be my ex-best friend, Isis, or as y'all know her, Ice Spice. Isis did everything in her power to make sure my career would never take off. She did everything you could possibly think of and more, but I'm not afraid of her anymore. This is the truth. So based off of the word that was given by this woman Storm, it seems that she feels that Ice Spice has stampeded her career in its trajectory. She then goes on to entail that she had felt fearful of her once friend Ice Spice, which could be attributed to many possibilities and theories. One thing that's for certain was that Ice Spice is indeed the one that's in power, given that she has the fame that she does. Next, she will post a woman partaking in the interview. She would caption the post saying, "This is Cleo, the girl she chose to be her best friend to the public, when in reality, it was me behind the scenes. Cleo and her are not really best friends. Isis has always hated Cleo, but she used her so she could appear closer to blackness. She also lied about being Nigerian. She stole that from me." So here we have this woman throwing accusations towards Ice Spice's weight, claiming that she used a dark-skinned woman to be beside her to show that she is pro-black, or quote-unquote from Storm closer to blackness. In addition, she made the statement that Ice Spice had lied about being Nigerian. So here we have Storm talking about Cleo once again. It seems that she ended up showing message receipts between both Ice Spice and Cleo. Storm would caption this post saying, "I don't know Cleo's Twitter to tag her, but I know she'll see this. Cleo always knew Isis wasn't a real friend. She may not want to speak up now, but she knows, and Cleo was Nigerian as well." Okay, so these messages consist of Storm and Ice Spice going back and forth having a regular casual conversation. But towards the end, it seems that Ice Spice displays her disdain towards Cleo. So these messages would start off with Storm saying, "We'll probably end up getting Chick-fil-A." Ice Spice in response would say, "Exactly." Storm would say, "And me either, to be honest, we need a chill day." Okay, so studio, then Chick-fil-A, then back to your hotel. "And what time am I getting there? It's too good?" To the studio, I mean. Ice Spice in return would say, "Yeah, text me before you come to make sure I'm still there." Storm would say, "Okay, sounds good. I'll see you later." Ice Spice would respond saying, "Please hurry before Cleo lands." Storm would say, "LOL, okay." Ice Spice would say, "T." Then Storm would finish off saying, "Okay, got it," with the laughing emoji. So a fan would end up chiming into this situation in the myriad of posts that Storm was making. The fan would take to the internet to ask, was she ever colorist? That's something many people have wanted to know about her. She erased most of her tweets before 2020. Storm in response would say yes. Then Storm would proceed to post text messages that could be indicative of that. So as you guys can see here in this first post, it says Ice's second phone. So it's very likely that this is Ice Spice's low-down phone or her backup phone. So here we have Ice Spice saying, but then she'll be like, "I'm dark-skinned, so I always have to work harder than everyone." She will proceed to go on to say, "Some girl on Twitter stooped low, so I went to hell." She will reply to a message that said, "Actually, wait, I'm lying. Her last single did really well." Ice Spice in return would say her second to last. Storm will reply to her comment about Ice Spice talking about the dark-skin complaints. She would say this is actually true, but only partially. Then Storm will go on to say, "I hate the song. Like, actually, I didn't like it when I first heard it either. I think it's annoying, but her team did a lot to push it." Here in the second post, we have Storm continuing on with the messages. She would say they even emailed me asking me to post it. I ignored it, of course, but still, laughing emojis. She has better songs, honestly, but still no fan base. Ice Spice will reply saying, "Which I understand, but let's not act like she not one of the chosen dark-skins, because she does benefit from pretty privilege still, and from being skinny. Do they offer to pay you when they ask you to promote other people's music?" So in these text messages, it seems that Ice Spice was distasteful of somebody complaining about the treatment they get because of their appearance. Then in one of the next text messages, it seems that this woman is insisting that because of her attraction, she still holds merit. Because of her skinny physique and attractive looks, Ice Spice is basically saying that she still has value amongst others. Then Stormi went on to say, and the sad part is, I was too scared to put her in her place. I was afraid of her, but not anymore. So I partially fail to find negativity within these text messages based off of what Ice Spice is saying, because while she does in fact seem annoyed with this person complaining about her skin complexion, she does end up bringing up positivities about this girl's appearance, and is quite clearly insisting that she doesn't have to complain about her skin complexion lessening her chances of being successful. As you guys can see here, this booty drop song is made by an artist known as Lil Tjay, so it's very likely that Ice Spice and Storm were talking about Lil Tjay. So with Storm having revealed these text messages, it seems that she is escalating drama within the music industry. These comments are quite clearly not supposed to be seen by the public and were just meant to be shown between Ice Spice and Storm. So next, Storm would end up putting out more on Ice Spice. She would end up saying she is also fat phobic and many other things. And by the way, I'm only telling you guys about 1% of it. Believe it or not, this is nothing. She a butter community. She is referring to dark skins. So Storm would end up showing more receipts with Ice Spice. It would start off with Ice Spice saying, LOL, like I wish I could fight that wide shorty. I usually don't respond to people, but how you gonna make a whole graph? And on top of that, mention Down syndrome. Like, girl, I hope them all kids you have be born with Down syndrome. The freak, acting like they know you in real life. We're just human, and everybody has their breaking point. This is what Storm has said in return. Ice Spice replied saying, for real, but people think they can play with me all day. Storm in response would say, that's why I'd rather be like a Doja. I'll happily tell everyone to go hell, I don't care. Ice Spice will finalize the text messages saying that she aboard Twitter community praying on my downfall. So as we can see here, it seems quite evident that Ice Spice is talking about somebody's physical appearance with her calling somebody wag. Then with her saying that she aboard the Twitter community praying on her downfall, I guess she is trying to categorize somebody of a certain appearance, and that being of a certain skin complexion, which Storm had already said is dark skins. Mind you, Ice Spice seems to have also wished a misfortune on this person's kids, so it's quite evident that Ice Spice is disdainful of whoever she is talking about at the moment within these receipts. Next, Storm will go on to reveal that she also believes Ice Spice is a cheater. Ice Spice was allegedly involved with a man known as Riot, who was in this photo right here. Not only was this said to be Ice Spice's boyfriend, but also her producer. Somebody that had a great impact in launching her career and ensuring her success in its early stages. So Storm will start off her next post saying EJ, Riot, is her producer and boyfriend since 2019. He was the real mastermind behind her career and the one who pushed her to rap. She cheated on him with TJ and then rapped about on their song together. If you don't believe me, just go back and read the lyrics to Gangsta Boo. But this time read carefully. She knows no loyalty, not even to the only person who has always been there for her, Riot. So it seems that these are text messages between both Storm and Riot. The first message appears to be incomplete, but I will still read it. It says, I remember thinking I was falling for her, but it was just a honeymoon phase. So Storm seems to be the one replying here. She has said ISIS cheated on you with TJ in 2022 and lied to your face about it. Then she had the audacity to sing about on Gangsta Boo, the song you produced. Ask her about it. She was in love with him for almost a year. I'm sorry. It happened the night she slept in TJ's bed while you were in the house. So Ice Spice and Lil Tjay do in fact have a history together. When Ice Spice seems to be getting mainstream attention, I believe that both Ice Spice and Lil Tjay were at the bowling alley. They had both shown themselves on camera interacting with each other, and I believe that Ice Spice was dancing in his presence. So next, Storm ended up posting some extensive text messages. These text messages were given without context. Storm did not end up speaking on these. In the beginning, it seems that the discussion is about somebody named Lucy. It seems that the texter had taken notice that the individual she is texting had refollowed this person known as Lucy. So the text message starts off with the person saying, I noticed today that you refollowed Lucy. Out of curiosity, I clicked her page. She was public. I clicked on a random pic and the first comment I saw was yours. The last time I spoke to you about Lucy, you told me that you and her met up once and rekindled, but that was all. A few months later, you said she only sends you memes sometimes. But I know the reality is, you guys are friends again. This message is long overdue, because despite everything you've done, I genuinely want to believe you were a real friend. But the reality is, you are not one, having never been one, and will never be one. You and I were not close in high school because you were a bully. You knew you stole my best friend, LOL, and took every opportunity you could to throw it in my face and laugh. You knew it genuinely hurt me, but you're a person who genuinely takes pleasure in other people's pain. I moved on and left all of you behind. Then in 2019, you reached out to me after I started pursuing my music career. You reposted the song on your story. I was surprised at the time to see it coming from you. Lucy also reached out to me trying to support all of a sudden. As for Lucy, I knew it was fake, but I now realized it was that for the both of you. You only support me at the time, just in case. But again, I want to believe it was real. In that same conversation, you told me you want to pursue music. I supported you and told you that you should. In January of 2021, my first song went viral. You reached out to me after that and planned for us to hang out. At that point, I hadn't seen you in 5 years. I drove to EJ's house to pick you up, and one of the first things you said when you got into my car was, "Also, I'm sorry if I was a burden in high school." I said, "It's okay." Then we went to get lunch. On our way there, you told me you stopped being friends with her years ago. You spent the whole car ride talking about how fake Lucy was, and all these reasons why you stopped being friends with her. Before we went in, I had a Zoom call with Alamo. I wasn't interested since it's a hip-hop label, but told them about you on the phone. You were only friends with me at that time because you saw my emotion and wanted to be acquainted. You pretended to be a real friend, but again, I didn't want to believe otherwise. A few months later, I moved to California. I told you that you were always welcome to visit. You texted me one day and asked if you could stay with me as a favor. I said yes. I happily opened up my home to you. When I found out you came with EJ, but left him to sleep on the floor of Jordan's apartment while you were comfortably staying in my place, I opened up my home to him as well, someone I didn't even know at the time. I let you both stay with me for 2 weeks. Within that time, you pretended to be a friend. You accidentally let it slip that you, Lucy, and Travel all went to egg my house, but you said you were coming clean. At that time, I was on okay terms with Lucy, until you told me what had happened and I cut ties with her for good and never looked back. Thank God. You even spoke to my mom about the situation, making it seem like it was all her and not you. For years you told me you could never be friends with Lucy again because of the person she was, but the truth is, you two belong together. I want to make it clear that you are not my friend, and when the time comes, I will expose to the world the real person you truly are. Count your days. So as you guys can see as we look through these text messages, it's quite evident that Storm was talking to Ice Spice. It seems that these were parting messages, the final stages of them ever interacting with each other ever again. Storm is quite clearly on terrible terms with Ice Spice. If we delve into these messages, we had originally said that it was about Lucy. So Lucy seems to be somebody that Storm also had a disdain towards. The way that Storm talks about this woman, it seems that Ice Spice was trying to fabricate or hide that she was still involved with the woman. But it turns out that in the long run, Ice Spice and Lucy were affiliated the whole time and still had connections. Storm also entails that she had given shelter to both Ice Spice and her boyfriend as previously discussed, known as Riot. Then Storm will even bring up that Ice Spice had let it slip that she had egged her house along with Lucy and Traveler. Travel, of course, being an unknown name that we are just first seeing within these text messages between the two. So it seems like the animosity goes very deep. A lot of deception seems to be revolving around the circle that consists of both Ice Spice and Storm. With Storm having said that her close friend Ice Spice and others had egged her house, it's quite clear that a lot of immaturity and lack of care had went into this friendship. Then even making a statement that Ice Spice was deceptive towards her own mother, insinuating that she was not involved, but it was only Lucy that had made the causation of the egging of the house. So in totality of these text messages, it seems that Storm was disdainful of Lucy. Ice Spice had tried to hide her ties with Lucy, but in the end it ended up being revealed. So based off of Storm's word, it seems that she feels that both Ice Spice and her enemy Lucy were disrespectful and antagonizing of herself. Storm, in finalizing the text message, it seems that she was anticipating the moment to make the revelation of what was going on between both her and Ice Spice. So she would go on to make 2 final posts. The first post would say, "By the way guys, don't worry about the hate I'm getting because the only people hating me are the Barbs, who I don't give a flying freak about. Nicki Minaj is also evil, and the Barbs hating don't even know that ISIS only used her for a feature. That's why she attacked Lotto too. Lotto has always been her biggest nightmare and competition. She was jealous of her for years because Lotto is who ISIS was pretending to be. She purposely used Nicki so she could get a feature and surpass Lotto, and she used Nicki and the Barbs to do so, but keep defending her Barbs. She would also put a blushing emoji with hearts. So not only has Storm targeted Ice Spice, but now she is targeting Nicki Minaj. 2 very prolific faces within the rap industry that also happen to be females. So it seems that Storm feels that she has a lot of insight into the drama that ensues within the industry. She had even brought up the drama that is going on between Nicki Minaj and Lotto, who are currently not very fond of each other, even accusing Ice Spice of using Nicki Minaj to gain further clout and attention within the industry, and ultimately become more successful than Lotto. Based off of my perception of this situation, I don't feel that using somebody for a feature just means that you're using them for your own personal benefit. In other words, it should be perceived as smart, and you should use as many artists as you can to be in your songs to gain more attention. But Storm will end up finalizing her myriad of posts with one more tweet. She ended up saying Lotto rose to fame because of her talent and talent only. Isis rose to fame because she sold her soul. She knew she would never have a fraction of the amount of talent Lotto has. So she attacked her on purpose to get a Nicki feature so the bars would turn on Lotto. It hurt her career because Lotto is a rapper and they have the same fan base, but I'm not a rapper, so the bars can't touch my career. So as you guys can see, this woman Storm is being very supportive of Lotto. In terms of how much Storm knows these individuals, is quite evidently up for grabs. We don't know if Storm knows any of these people personally except Ice Spice. Storm also acknowledged that she is not a rapper within the industry and does not partake in that. While showing disdain towards both the rappers Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj, it seems that she is very fond of Lotto. She made the accusation towards Ice Spice claiming that she had dissed Lotto to gain the favor of Nicki Minaj. But based off of Storm's demeanor in all these posts, it's quite obvious that she is no longer fond of Ice Spice and is willing to do whatever she can to excoriate her character. But yeah, y'all, this gonna cap out the video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all take Storm's word and all of her accusations towards Ice Spice, or do you guys feel that she's just looking for attention? Given that Storm had acknowledged that she is not even a rapper, do you guys feel that this woman is closely connected to Ice Spice, Nicki Minaj, and Lotto, or do you guys feel that she is just speaking from a fan's point of view? And to cap that off, have these posts and accusations from Storm changed your perception of Ice Spice? Let all that be known in the comments, y'all. That's gonna do it. I'm out.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.